Alright, what's up guys? So, no flying this morning, a little bit windy and no time really, but I did have time to do a wing inspection. Well, more of a line inspection actually. Best time to inspect the wing is when you can lay it all the way out, and even kite it is the best. But let me start out by saying that I am not an expert in this. No one taught me. This is just how I feel comfortable inspecting my risers and my lines. So I do this probably once every, I don't know how many hours, but whenever I can, probably a couple times a year. And it just gives me peace of mind when I'm flying. So I've already done this riser, and I'm getting started on this one. So first thing to do is lay out the wing, get out the any major tangles. So I'll pull the riser out. Come over here and just make sure there's no major tangles, right? You're gonna have some, but it'll just help out later when you go to look at each line if there's no major tangles. So you can see there's nothing major. There's a couple lines on top of each other, but that's gonna happen. So let's get it close, give yourself some slack, come out, find a nice clean area, or I like to find a clean area. This couch works good for me. Lay out the riser. And start the inspection. So what I start out with, all you need, carabiner or something you can put a line into, and then a wrench. So first thing I do is give the riser a good once over, which I've already done, looked, no major damage, nothing like that. Then I take the wrench and just double check all my maillions and make sure that they're all tight. And again, I already did this, but just go over each one, make sure they're nice and snug. It doesn't need to be super tight. But just snug enough, especially the ones that are behind this neoprene here. You can see, give those a snug. Okay, then I check my buckles, which I've done. There's a couple more down here. This one, actually, where the trimmer connects, was a little bit loose, so I got a little bit of probably maybe a 1/16 of a turn out of that. And then something else I noticed was that this line had slid somehow down here. So I slid that back up to the top, and all this is like a shock cord to keep the tip toggle from getting away from you in the air. So nothing major, but again, something you wouldn't find unless you were looking real close. So got that done. The next thing I do, start at the A's, clear them mostly, grab the first A, and I run my finger down the whole line. And what I'm doing is I'm feeling for the inside of the line to make sure there's no breaks on the inside, because there's two layers here, and I forget, it might be Kevlar on the inside, and I don't know what's on the outside. I don't know the actual names. But the inside of the line is where you get your strength. The outside is the sheathing. And what it looks like without the sheathing is like this, which is there's no sheathing up by the wing. So that's what you're feeling for. Breaks in that. Something that might not be obvious when you first look at it. So inspect that line, pull it all the way through my fingers, all the way to the wing, and double check that. It looks good to me. Okay, then so I know that I got that line completed, I just throw it in a carabiner and throw it to the side and go to the next line and do the same exact thing, and there you go. So there is a little bit, there's no damage to the line, but for sure it's not smooth there, so that's curious to me. Looks like a little bit of damage to the sheathing, but I don't feel anything on the inside. So maybe I'll order a new A-line and just replace that proactively. And again, that one's good. Bring it back, throw it in the beaner. And then I'll do this for each and every line, all the way to the wing. Just like that. Nice and slow. Feeling for anything major. Nothing. Okay, so I'll do that for each one. Yeah, I want to finish that one later, and then if you can lay out the wing, I'll go over and go through it all, but I'm pretty sure I wrapped up a few bugs in this wing when I put it away last, so I'm not going to unravel it all. Yeah, but that's the gist of it. Oh, one more thing. Something else I found. On this riser, one of my O-rings had fallen off. So these things get dry rotted. And what the O-ring looks like, you probably can't see. See these little O-rings that hold the lines at the top of the maillion? This one fell off here. And as far as I know, these just keep the line from sliding down and loading up and moving around and wearing. Obviously, if they're loose like this, they can be like this, and when you load the wing, it can jerk it, and when you take off and stuff like that, and that's just not good to shock the lines like that, is my guess. But in any case, this one fell off, and who knows why. It probably just dry rotted and fell off, but it's gone. So I've got a box of O-rings or whatever. I'll go find one and slide it on, and maybe I'll show you how to do that. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to go grab an O-ring and fix that real quick, and we'll go over that. Catching up on my latest Mitch G video. Shout out, Mitch. Love your videos. Okay, so I went and found an O-ring. I had lying around. That's the correct diameter. I don't know what that is. 3/4 of an inch, something like that. What you want to do is first loosen the maillion gate. So I already loosened it, but there you go. So bring that all the way back so you have room to work. And you want to... It's extremely important that these all stay in the exact order. All the lines stay in the order that they were in, or that they're in now. So you can label them if you want, or just be really careful when you take them on and put them off. But you want to slide these off. I'm just going to keep holding on to them. Okay. Put your O-ring on. Like that. Okay. Slide your lines through the O-ring onto the maillion in the same order that they came off. Let's move it on me. One, two, three, four, like that. Okay. Grab the O-ring, twist it like that, and slide it on the maillion. Okay. Make sure that is there. There you go. And close the gate. Okay, double check it. So that one popped on the other side of the O-ring. No big deal. Just slide it back in. And make sure they're all straight. There you go. And then just tighten that gate up. Nice and snug. And there you go. Brand new O-ring. Oh yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. That's what I do to inspect my risers and my lines when I can. That's my up-close inspection. Again, this is nothing about the wing. That all has to be done laid out, and kiting the wing is the best way to do that. But I mean, I think it's good practice to spend some time looking over the risers really closely, and I mean, this just gives you peace of mind when you go fly the next time. So the next time I fly, I mean, I've not just pre-flighted my wing, but I've really gone over it with a fine-tooth comb, and yeah, and that's it. So I'm gonna probably just be done, wrap it up, put it away, and be ready to go for next time. All right.